This is a mare, man. It is a mare, man. There you go, Stephen. You're in.
Hello, and
Shambles.
welcome to another movie review from MBE. We'd just like to thank you once again for joining us here on our YouTube channel, and of course our Twitch stream. I'm one of your co-presenters, Stephen John McLaughlin. Our co-presenter, John Christopher Walsh, is here again, and our very special guest and good friend Ruth joins us once again to give her expert analysis on the movie we're about to talk about, and that is Sarpatta Parambarai from 2021. This is available and has been available since 2 weeks ago on Prime Video, and this was directed by P. Ranjith and stars Arya and a whole host of stars, which we will get into, and this running time for this movie is just under 3 hours. I watched this in one sitting and thoroughly enjoyed it, but we'll get into the meat and bones of it once we pass it over to John, who's going to take us through this movie review experience.
We'll get through the boring bit first. Rating system, if you're new here. F equals terrible. It's a terrible movie. Self-explanatory stuff. The Fanatic, yada yada. D equals an average movie, -3 plus, varying degrees of averageness. Some good movies in here, they just don't do enough to be good. I'm going to move this graphic over incidentally because I'm semi-exposed. Yep. It's a shambles, this OBS, a shambles. Stephen's dying of heat exhaustion here. We've got C, -3 plus. That's a good movie. A lot of MCU movies will slide into there, the likes of Ant-Man and the Wasp, Ant-Man in general, and I love those movies, but they're just not excellent. Excellent is -3. B, -3 plus, I should say. Got to state the letter first. That's an excellent movie. That's some of the best movies ever put to cinema, if you'd like. My favourite movie of all time goes in there. Cool Hand Luke. I urge you to watch that with the great Paul Newman. And then you've got A, which is perfection. That's reserved for perfection. There has to be an element within it that's caught your eye, that's so good that it's perfect. Or the actual whole movie itself is utter perfection. Only the very best movies go in there. So that's how we review. That's how we rate, I should say, our movies. And you'll also have some form of knowledge now when you get to the end and see where we've actually slipped this movie in terms of rating. First review. Do you want to go first, Ruth? Do you want to give your overall thoughts on this movie, man, before we rate it?
Okay. For me, like I told you, I mean, boxing as a sport, it's not really, I don't really follow it as much and that kind
Stephen
of thing.
Doesn't either, man.
For me, I really didn't. I don't think I would have watched it, if it wasn't for the fact that this was meant to be reviewed.
Yeah.
But really, I would have really lost out because this movie, from 5 minutes in, it just turned me around so much so that I was rooting for the movie, for all the characters, everything. I was so involved and engrossed in it. It was really impressed me completely, and it is now become. Before, it used to be like I told you before, with boxing movies, for me, Raging Bull, Cinderella Man, $1 Million Baby, Rocky. These were my standout movies. Now I can add this to that lot of movies. As far as I'm concerned, I could add this to those lot of movies, as one of the movies I would say I would recommend as a really good boxing film to watch.
Have you seen The Fighter, Ruth?
It really impressed me.
As a little aside, have you ever watched The Fighter with Christian Bale? You need to watch that if you've not seen that.
No, I haven't watched it yet. I know, I should watch it. Okay, yeah.
He won an Oscar for supporting actor. Unbelievable. I think he shaved his head in. Shaved a ball patch in his head, and he was playing like a heroine. Unbelievable movie. You need to watch that. Stephen, overall thoughts?
Thoroughly enjoyable movie. A boxing movie. You said it yourself, John. I'm not a big fan of boxing, real life boxing that is. But there's something about boxing films that really intrigue me if they're done correctly. This one, its authenticity won it for me. And like Ruth said, it's up there with the best boxing films for its authenticity, its detail, its handling of characters that you're rooting for, ones that you get right under your skin as well. And it just had all those elements that really pulled you in, and that's the reason I watched this film from start to finish with no breaks. I wanted more because I was invested in the story. I was invested in the characters as well. As I said earlier, I did have a little slight nitpicks that could have went either way. I think it worked well for a 3-hour movie. I don't think it could have done any more to it. I would have liked to have seen these characters, so-called side characters, explored a little bit more in their own movies. That's how good they were.
Steve, what I would build on that final thing I'm going to say. I was just thinking about it there. The actual villain, the sort of Rahman father figure. You mentioned his name, Ruth. There was even reasons behind behind why he was the way he was. I think he lost his brother. His brother died, and there was connections to Kagalan. Is it? I always keep forgetting this guy's name. I don't know why. I'm having a mare. His father. There was connections between them all. He lost his brother, and he thought, "Look, you didn't save him." And then I think the Ranjan actually avenged the death after his death. So there was elements going on. There was levels, as I says, to relationships, and it's just really well crafted movie. And just the way it explored the sort of clan stuff.
Because like you say, it's meant to be a traditional. It's like traditions of each clan. You know, they carry forward through and the son. So there's a lot of backstory, I think, understood in terms of what their motivations are. That the clan should win at all costs, but at the same time, it wasn't just the clan. He individually wanted to shine. He wanted his own, family. So I think that's the split that happened. It should have been all about the clan and them working together. Whereas he wanted self-glory, because of the fact that he felt his, in his ancestry, the brother didn't get it, and and it's like, so he wanted it to like them to be the ones leading the clan rather than Rangan to be leading the clan. I think that was the main contention.
And he even explored it as well. There was a little throwaway comment about the clans and how it split families. In some cases, some family members went to the other clan, some remained in Sarpatta. So it was actually splitting families as well. They had loyalties to different clans for different reasons. So I just thought it explored that concept really well, this sort of borderline gang warfare element really well in this movie. That was a nice little additional thing on top of the whole.
And they also added in the political climate at that time, because it's like each clan also supporting different political leaders at that point of time, which is why Rangan was arrested because he was, he was a supporter of the opposition party, at that time and all that kind of thing. So it was how politics was also woven into the identity of the different clans as well. Which political leader each one was supporting and stuff. And
again, as somebody that's not aware of a lot of cultural stuff going on in India, and I've seen it explored in Tarapathy movies, just again nice to see what was going on back in those days and stuff like that, and the clans, the way that was interwoven with politics, the way it was interwoven with a way of life and stuff like that. Just really interesting look into the culture in India. And as I keep saying, as somebody has a 2% South Indian link, I've got a great-great-grandmother from potentially Tamil or Sri Lanka, definitely in that region anyway. I just like looking back, because I may have living family members in the south of India just now, and I just love, I'm a sponge for information. I love looking into it and stuff like that. So I really enjoyed the movie. I'm going to get right to the rate, and I'm giving this movie a B+, man. I'm giving it a B+. I was going to give it a B initially, but as you speak about movies, you start changing your opinion, and just the little elements, it's bumped up to a B+. I think this is one of the best boxing movies I've seen, and I rank the likes of Rocky. I'd probably give Rocky an A. There you go. I actually think that was a perfect boxing movie, and I don't rate this one much lower than Rocky. For me, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good boxing movie with other elements going on. What is your rating though, Ruth? Stevens, he's giving it to you. He's going to go last.
Okay, me too. I mean, initially I was thinking more along the lines of a B, but like when you're speaking, I'm thinking it's almost reaching a B+ range for me, because as I'm recalling everything that I'm watching, I
just thought it was a really well crafted movie, man. It was intelligent, and there's just the fact the director had that
because
level
it gave
of detail.
you more than just boxing.
Steve, what are you going for?
I'm going for a B.
I think that's very fair as well. I was about to give it a B. I just changed my mind. I do it all the time. I just can't fix on one rating. I've got an illness. I think that's a very fair. I think that's a very, very, very fair rating across the board there, man, for this movie. I thought it was a really, really solid movie. I'd rate it excellent for it, and I was surprised with obviously being an Amazon Prime movie over here. I don't know what the setup was in India, if it actually released in theatres, how they're doing with the COVID pandemic and stuff like that. But for it to be a streaming movie and it be that good, I was really, really surprised by it, and enjoyed it a lot. But look, unless anyone else has got anything to say, I'm going to cut to myself and be a little attention whore for a couple of minutes before I round this show up. What's your thoughts on the movie Sarpatta Parambarai? What do you make about Arya, the other names that we mentioned in this movie, the story, the concept, where it resided? If you've got anything to say about this movie at all, you can comment down below in the comment section. You can also like the video if you've enjoyed it. Speak about our review as well. If you like the video, you can enjoy it. If you subscribe to the channel, you'll get more content like this on YouTube. Hit the follow button over on Twitch if you're watching over there, and you'll get it there as well. But look, until then, me, Stephen and Ruth are done. Bye bye. I have to go to myself, guys, because I've not put the end screen graphic animation on that scene, and I will right that wrong for the next time. But look, I'm done. Bye.